Good.
Hi, and welcome to the Challenger Zoom call for the Freedom Family Huddle that we're having on this Sunday, January 19th. And we're going to start tonight with Megan is going to talk for a couple seconds about the Challenger Challenge Tracker app and the nutrition app and how they all sync up now that they didn't used to do. So I'm going to mute myself and she's going to take it away. Megan, take it away.
Okay, so I wanted to talk to you guys about how we have a bunch of apps that we can, sorry, I'm trying to multitask here, that we can use to be successful on our journey. And so I just wanted to go over some of those with you. If I can figure out. Okay, so this is, the first one I'm going to talk about is Beachbody On Demand. I'm like pointing at it with my finger, like you can see. Okay, Beachbody On Demand app. And when you open it on your phone, you will see something like this. Can you guys see my cursor when I go over it? Okay, cool. And when you go down to tracking, you will come to a screen like this. And this is somewhat new, or at least upgraded as far as I'm aware. And you can log your shake, your nutritionals, I'll go over what that is, your water, and then there's a little more. If you see here, you can keep notes and track your weight. How do I? Okay. And something I thought was cool is when you first go to track your water, you can set a water goal right there in the app. And the nutritionals is for your most popular, really, performance supplements. So Energize, our pre-workout, and Recover, our post-workout. And something really cool about, I'm going to go back here, about the Beachbody On Demand app is that when you use this last image here is the My Challenge Tracker app. If your coach is running your challenge group through the app, when you go to work out on Beachbody On Demand, whether you're using your computer, your phone, or iPad, or your TV, the app on your TV, it automatically logs your workout if you have chosen to sync your Beachbody On Demand account with your tracker app. And something else that's really cool is through the Beachbody On Demand app on your phone, if you want to go ahead and use that to track your Shakeology, it's going to show up for your community on the Challenge Tracker app through this right here. So that's the first app that you have access to track all those goodnesses. The next one is this one, the nutrition app. And unfortunately, this one does not sync with anything else, at least yet. But there's some benefits of using this in addition to the Beachbody On Demand nutrition tab. So what you can do here is you can track your Shakeology and your water and your weight like the other one. These are not going to sync with your Challenge Tracker app if your coach is running her group through that, but you can also log your food. So if you are just like a digital person, or you lost your tracker book, or you didn't bring it with you for the day, you can go ahead and do that right here on the app. And if you click or hover over this little plus sign, you can actually log your stuff right from there. You can edit your goals and your starting weight and all that stuff. And right here, and that's when you go to me, by the way, when you click on this, you get this. And you select which meal plan you are using by clicking on this, and you can do Plate It, that's what I use. Or you can use the containers, and it'll set up the app a little bit differently. So when you select Plate It, it's gonna have you track it like this. This is breakfast, obviously. So it gives you an idea of what breakfast is supposed to look like. You can pick a picture and you just write down what you have, just like the book that we have through 2B Mindset. If you select containers, if any of you ever use the 21 Day Fix app, I think they had something like this. So it's basically the same thing. It's just in this nutrition app now. And so what your meal tracking is going to look like is not going to be like this, but it's going to be the containers, and you just tell what containers, when you click on the meals, you put in whatever containers fit. And that's what I got.
Thank you, Megan. Yeah, that really helps to be able to see it as so people can know exactly what to do and how to do it. Are you okay, Kelly?
I'm just mind blown because I wanted them to have the plate on there forever. Because for a long time for a 2B Mindset, you just wrote your food in, but it didn't have the plate. And for me, part of like the benefit is checking off to make sure you're eating the right stuff. So sorry, I was just like, oh.
Yeah, they've updated the containers too. So when you click on the containers, there's even a spot when you go into it where it says free foods and different kinds of foods and the substitutions that they didn't used to have in the app either. So
That's awesome.
It's much nicer, yeah. Okay, so Megan's part's done. Now it's time for Bruce and I are going to do a, oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Is it our time?
Yeah, it's our turn, yes. It's our turn.
Well, I was wondering.
Yeah, go ahead.
How was your day today, Angie?
Kelly can't stop laughing at us. My day was absolutely crazy. I had
Just
to.
say it was busy. Just say it was busy.
It was busy.
Busy? Well, busy is good, because busy means that you're doing all the good things and you're working toward your goals. And I know you had some things that you wanted to get done. Were you able to kind of move toward your goals and get those things done?
I wasn't able to move towards my goals.
What happened?
I got up and I didn't get my workout in because I needed to get a kid to school, and they had forgotten stuff at school, so I had to come back home and I had to pick the stuff up and take it back to school for them. And then when I got home, the kids that were still here, they needed to eat breakfast because they hadn't had any food and I hadn't gotten it ready. And so then we got started with homeschooling late, and then somebody always needed something all day long. It was cooking or cleaning or picking up, and I never got to sit down and do my work, and I never got to sit down, and I never worked out. I still haven't worked out, never got things taken care of. And then it was time to start driving for the afternoon, and then it was sports in the evening, and here we are. It's 8:40 at night and I still haven't done anything.
Well, you know what? There's something that could help. There's something that could help, a tool that could help to help you take care of all those things that have to get done, but then also meet those goals and get those things done that are kind of larger and longer and bigger that you can do during your day.
What is it?
Well, you have to show your slides.
All right, I'm going to share my screen now because we too have a presentation.
Woohoo! Visuals.
Yeah. Share. I have to move this. Go ahead. Oh. Okay. Let's see if it's going to load.
So yeah, the idea of this tool is to understand the differences between urgent and non-urgent, and important and non-important, so that we can learn to both take care of the things that need to get done, but also make progress in our goals and our relationships and the things that we want to do. It was actually a way of analyzing our actions that was started by this guy, Dwight D. Eisenhower, former Supreme Allied Commander during World War II, President of the United States, But this method of analyzing our actions was really grabbed and popularized by Stephen Covey in his book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Habit 3, putting first things first, is the habit that he really does kind of develop this tool as a way of analyzing your own life, your own time management, your business's time management, your home time management, and really learning how to, I'm going to throw some business speak in here. I hope your head doesn't start spinning around.
It's fine.
It's,
I can handle
he
it.
calls it the PPC balance. I had to look it up. I didn't know. I didn't know what that.
Well,
I didn't know
what
what
is
those
it?
initials meant. P means production. P means getting things done. And we're always getting things done. But the things that we're not balancing that off with is the PC, which is the production capability, which means taking care of yourself, mentally, physically, spiritually, taking care of your relationships, taking care of the goals and dreams that you have. So those things have to be balanced in order for both production, not just to happen today, but to continue successfully throughout your life, and then perhaps even grow stronger and better and move into different dimensions of your life. So we're just gonna kind of walk through the this template, which is, again, a tool that will give an example of how you can use it later on. But basically, it's just a diagram broken into 4 areas, or quadrants, he calls them. The top dimension is on urgency, whether something is urgent or not urgent. And then the dimension down the side is related to importance, whether something is important or not important. So we're just going to walk through these quadrants and give you a little example of them. And I'm actually going to start with the last quadrant, quadrant 4. Those are the things that are neither urgent nor important. They're things that we kind of just do to perhaps relax or veg out or whatever. It could be a variety of things. It could be surfing on the internet. It could be getting on social media. It could be just watching TV mindlessly. It could be playing video games. Sometimes these activities are good because, maybe you have a busy day, you're very active, you need to decompress a little bit. These types of activities can be kind of good tools for that. But you really want to minimize them, and you really want to use them in that intentional type of fashion. You don't want to just get online, complete a task, and then all of a sudden, maybe 45 minutes or an hour later, find yourself scrolling on Facebook or Twitter, and just losing track of time and things that you need to get done. So you really want to minimize and make that time intentional. But again, these are things that are not important and not urgent.
Okay. So, and I'm doing quadrant 3. So this is the one that are not important, but urgent. This is where I feel like I spent years of my parenting feeling like I was constantly putting out fires. I was constantly jumping from one thing to the next without any focus and letting my day run me rather than let me run my day. And that's where I think a lot of people spend their time, is in quadrant 3. And you get to the end of the day, and that's kind of what I described when I described what my day was like earlier, was that I didn't have any control over it, and I really didn't know what was going to, how to get control of it. I didn't see that it was out of control. I thought I was doing all the things I was supposed to do, but honestly, I wasn't getting to my workouts. I wasn't getting to my meal planning. I wasn't getting to the things that were going to move me forward. I was just kind of keeping my head above water. And that's what a lot of quadrant 3 is. So that's interruptions that happen all day long, activities that the kids need or you need, or somebody needs you to do for them that are interruptions. Oftentimes for me, it's just an interruption where they throw me off track. And then it can also be meetings, but for me, a lot of it is that's where I've spent years of parenting, and it's taken me years to figure out how to have a little more time management on my side and be more of a take control of my day kind of thing. So quadrant 3 is the day where you come out and you feel super tired because everything has happened to you and at you and not you taking charge of it.
Quadrant 2 is important but not urgent. This is actually the quadrant where you really want to make sure that you have time in your day to get to. These are the things that are going to kind of pay dividends across the board. These have to do with maintaining relationships, maintaining health, maintaining a strong spiritual life. The challenge here is that a lot of these activities are not knocking on your door 24 hours a day. They're the things that you really need to reach out and make time for, because again, they're the things that are going to make the rest of your day, the rest of your week, and then also your future kind of open up in a new and exciting way.
And then quadrant 1 is the important and the urgent. And these are things that you oftentimes can't control. These are, when a dog gets sick, or when you have to take a kid to the doctor, or when somebody needs stitches, or a crisis that happens in your life. Any of those things, that's quadrant 1. Stuff that you really oftentimes can't prepare for, but in hindsight, maybe you could have. So some of those things are like, if you did some maintenance on your car might not break down. If you took the kids to the doctor, they might not get whatever they got, or that might not have happened. So some of that could be worked through prior, but oftentimes quadrant 1 is stuff that's important and urgent. These are the things you would take off work for. These are the things you drop everything for, because you honestly, they're not something that you oftentimes can plan for.
Okay, cool.
So those are the 4 quadrants now.
All right, so now it's worksheet time. You're gonna see this tool in action to see if we can learn about our day, learn about our week, and see if we can perhaps make changes for next week so that we can start to work time into that quadrant 2 zone that's so important for ourselves. So we're just going to kind of walk through filling out a decision matrix.
We came up with some actual examples from our day, so we're going to do some of these.
And I apologize for the name decision matrix. That's terrible. It sounds like a science fiction movie, but well, thank you.
You had, like, Kelly, you were trying to do space in your background. You couldn't do it, but this is your space thing, decision matrix. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we're going to go through and do a couple of things. So
if you were, playing along at home, you maybe have a piece of paper. You draw these 4 boxes on here, not important, important, urgent, not urgent, and then you'd start writing things in here. So,
all right. So as I go through my day, I spent an hour on Instagram, mindlessly scrolling Instagram and watching stories. And then I spent 30 more minutes. And then I spent 40 minutes on Facebook. Not all of this happened today, but we're kind of trying to show you what this would look like.
Or actually, another way to look at it is maybe just reflecting on the previous week too.
Yeah.
That
right very there. Possibly
if
happened.
She did that in a day, we would have to have a serious conversation. But throughout a week, right. Maybe I could see that.
Come on. All right, spent an hour on Twitter. Oh, I can't read it. Hold on, I have to see what Amazon. Oh, spent a couple hours on Amazon, shopping, looking for stuff. Found out my kids like to watch TikTok, and they keep bringing me TikTok videos to watch. So I watched some more TikTok, and then some more TikTok. Oh, 20 more. This is actually how my teenagers spend their life. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Not important. Got some
Not
kids.
important, but urgent.
So now we're going to go to another one of them. Got some kids some drinks. Had to stop everything I was doing. Got them a snack 20 minutes later because then they were hungry. Oh, started cleaning the laundry room or started cleaning a room and realized 2 hours later that I was still cleaning that room, even though it wasn't urgent. But this happens all the time. This happens to me when I'm organizing kids' clothes or switching out from season to season. Oh my gosh, takes forever. You think it's going to be like 10 minutes and it's like, no, first clear your schedule. Got kids some more drinks. Got kids another snack. Oh, this I have had to do a couple of times this year. Have to stop everything to get kids' gym clothes to the school so that he can have gym class. Awesome. More drinks. Oh, pick up the laundry room before I can do the laundry. Can't even get to the washing machine to do the laundry, so I had to clean the laundry room first. Took another time. Got another snack. Oh, this happened today. Went to zip a kid's coat up, and I was like, what's in your pocket? I stuck my hand in her pocket, a walnut, a rosary, and a broken egg. Had to take the coat off of her, had to get the egg, the rosary, and the walnut out of her pocket, had to wash the coat, but first had to get to the laundry room, had to clean the laundry room. That's why the coat's still in the washer. Because I had to dig a broken egg out of her coat. Okay, sorry.
And then you went and got her a drink.
But then I had to go get her another coat. I had to go to the basement to find her a coat so she could go out and play with her siblings.
Yeah, that should be a whole nother
So that I had to go do that too. It was like a 45-minute issue with this egg in the coat. All right.
I think that might be, yeah.
Okay, so now urgent. Car battery died. These are urgent and important. These are ones you have to take care of because you can't. I have to have my car. So car battery dies, I have to take care of it. That's going to take hours out of my day. But if I had taken my car in for maintenance repairs, I would not have that problem. Kid fell, needed stitches. Kelly just had this happen a couple weeks ago. No food, had to go to the grocery store.
She just got back.
I just got back from
For
the
this
grocery
meeting.
store. The groceries are all over my kitchen. But I had to go to the grocery store because we needed food for tomorrow and I wasn't going to have time to do it tomorrow. No underwear, had to do laundry. This didn't happen today. But that has happened, and I have alarms on my phone now telling me do socks and underwear on Sunday nights because otherwise on Tuesday afternoon, someone's like, I just got my shower and I have no socks and no underwear. And then I have to stop everything I'm doing. So now I have alarms set so that I can preemptively to make sure everybody has underwear and socks.
So what types of things perhaps could we see in the quadrant 2, not urgent but important, that would probably alleviate a lot of these other items in 1 and 3?
Meal planning. This is one that oftentimes doesn't happen because people think it's not important to do because it's not urgent. But if you meal plan, you will not have going to the grocery store in the middle of the week. You will have the food you need when you need to have it, and you will take the best care of yourself. Prayer time. This is one that often gets skipped for people because it's quiet, and oftentimes when people want to do it, they can't find the space or the time, but your prayer time is important, and it doesn't count as urgent because God's not going to come knocking. Well visits for your doctor's office so that your kids are healthy and you're healthy. Workout time. These things all need to be like scheduled in or alarms on your phones so that you know time to work out. And then you have to actually listen to them. You actually have to do them. I have alarms on my phone. Sometimes I just ignore them. But your workout is important. It's very important. And getting it in and making the time for it is vital.
Yeah.
And that will actually help with all of the other stuff too. Because if you do the things that are not urgent and important, you'll end your day feeling successful, like you've accomplished things. And you probably still had to take care of some of those things in quadrant 3, like getting kids drinks, but it will be a lot less like your day ran you, because quadrant 2 is the one where you're in control of your time. You are a time warrior in quadrant 2.
Yeah. So after filling this out, like reflecting on your week or just jotting it down during the week, when you look at this, you can immediately kind of start to see how you could move things to quadrant 2 so that quadrant 3 and 1 and 4 can be much, much, much less busy. Like, gosh, why are those kids so thirsty? Gotta work out some system so that they can hydrate themselves. But the snacks would be alleviated by the meal planning, a better kind of cleaning room maintenance schedule perhaps could help out with, or just having one could help out so that rooms are kind of more ready to go when you need to use them. Scheduling the auto maintenance, like Angie said before, that can alleviate these important urgents so that your cars are ready to go, and that's especially important, you know, when you have snowstorms over the weekend.
Weather, yeah. But, and some of these things are going to be the same for you as they are for us, and some of them are going to be different. You're going to have to figure out what works best for you and how you get your things done in quadrant 2 and how you manage your time, because what works for you cleaning wise might not work for me. It's crazy house here. So I have to do things my way, and I've tried lots of different things to make it work, to try to get things to kind of stay at a level that I can manage and that I can live with. Because then if they're there, then I know I can do my stuff that's in quadrant 2 because I don't feel like I'm out of control all the time. So, all right, let me stop share. All right, we were not able to read any of those because of any of your guys' things. All right, do you guys have any questions for us? We're happy to answer questions. I'm going through the chat. Oh my gosh, let's see. There's so many. Let me go back to, I'm just gonna go down to the end.
Yeah.
Make a schedule. It was easy to say, come in. Yes. And one of the things I did for my kids for getting drinks was I got a stool for the bathroom. I just had to get a stool, and then they could step up to the stool to make them self-sufficient. And I've done the same thing with snacks for them and tried to get things that they could take care of themselves, but it doesn't always work. They still interrupt me, but that's the way it goes. So do you guys have any questions about this decision matrix or any questions about any of the stuff? Nobody's got anything for me? Okay.
I just love your examples this time, because we did this for those of y'all that are on here. We did this for our team this week and then thought it would be so helpful for you guys. And I love how you shared the actual examples so people can qualify like what is important. You know what I mean? Like what, because I think that, I don't know, I think sometimes we have a hard time putting our own priorities as important. So I'm glad that you put those things in there.
Right, and it's important, and it was hard for us to come up with some of them. It was hard for us to come up with some of the quadrant 2 stuff because it's the stuff that happens all day long, but you don't even realize it's taking your entire day. But it took a while for us to figure out what those things were. We kind of had to just sit still and wait for it to happen to us, and then it all started happening. Like, oh, there's an egg in your pocket, great, you know, that kind of stuff. Like, okay. We can put all of these things in, but it took us a little while to figure those out. But recognizing it and then saying, okay, I'm going to take charge of at least, even if you just start taking charge of part of your day. So whether it's your morning or after lunchtime when kids are napping, or whether it's in the evenings, even if you can just start kind of being a time warrior with part of your day and using that decision matrix, start there and work out from there rather than trying to redo your entire schedule. But make sure you're taking care of you, because it's important. Especially if you have invested money in the Beachbody stuff and the programs and the nutritionals and all of those things, they're very good. They're very good for you. And if you can prioritize yourself and your health and wellness, even just for an hour or two a day, it will pay you dividends in all of the four quadrants, because you will have less of the emergency stuff happening and you will feel more peaceful as you do go out throughout your day. Okay. If no one has any questions, I'll just. Yep. Right. Like I have the same alarms on my phone for all of the ways through my day so that I can make sure I'm trying to do all of the things the same. And then the kids have a better idea of what to expect too. And the people around me do. So at 4 o'clock, we have 4 o'clock chores. They're supposed to clean the house. They do their chores at 4 o'clock. And that way, when he comes home from
Said that I might call my children into the room because we literally have 4 o'clock chores and we call them that and they think I made it up and I'm crazy. And I'm like, I mean, I did make it up, but you still have to do them.
we call them 4 o'clock chores, and I did it when he would come home right at 5, so that at 5 o'clock, from 4 o'clock, they do their chores, they would do their computer time, so they were on screen time then, and then when he came home, the house was clean, dinner was ready, and we were ready to start our evening. And it's made for a much more peaceful evening. It set us up for the evening being better. And it ended it kind of transitioned us from one part of the day to the next. And so everybody knows what to expect then.
And I just assumed the whole day was like that.
So
Totally is. It totally is. Totally like that.
Okay. All right, then we'll just, I'll just close this in prayer then and we'll be all done if nobody has any questions. Okay. Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Heavenly Father, we thank you so much for the blessing of this community where we have the space to learn and lean in and grow together, and providing a space where our families are welcome and encouraged to be a part. Help us to grow in our understanding of you so we may always keep our eyes on what is important, for you are a God of importance. And when we align our days with you, the urgent falls away. Help us to keep our eyes on you always. And we ask these things in your most holy name. Amen. All right. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much for coming.